myself a new job in space exploration. Ha ha! Unfortunately, I've had a bit of a prang on my first outing, and I found myself wrecked in this crater on Archelon 1. Will you help me escape, or will I die here, alone? What ho! Having escaped from Archelon 1, I've been given a brand new space hopper. Hooray! Unfortunately, I've had another bit of a problem over on Sirius 2. The space hopper appears to have sprung a fuel leak, and now I'm abandoned. But good news though. Good news. This time they've given me a blaster, so I can shoot anyone who gets in my way. Ha-ha!
Slipping back through time, you chance upon a land where dragons dwell and people use magic. Here you find the once fair castle of Kraken lying in ruins, devastated by the evil sorcerer Klim. In the hewn-out caverns beneath the castle, monsters and magic traps guard the treasures that are stored there. The survivors of Kraken tell you that worse than the loss of their gold is the loss of their magic idol, hidden in the deepest level below the castle. They are desperately searching for a hero who can retrieve the lost idol before Klim turns its powers to his own evil ends.
Klim Kliminy, Klim Kliminy, Klim Klim Curry. The idol will be mine. Just wait and see.
Now we move on to the character generator, which again you load from disk. It's called CharGen. Obviously in Drive 8. Off it loads. Various types of characters the game suggests. You may have, for example, the dwarf, tough and violent despite being small, has some lesser magic abilities, like seeing in the dark. Or perhaps the thief. Fairly strong and intelligent, avoids combat, prefers to use cunning where possible, no magic. Those aren't in the game though. What you get is a selection of attributes: strength and vitality, agility, intelligence, experience, luck, aura and morality. And you get to increase and decrease them using the cursor keys, up and down and plus and minus. You can't change your experience. Your default character, if it's nothing else, is going to be the Wanderer, who is a bit of a jack of all trades, master of none. But here I increase my strength, I'm increasing my vitality and my agility to a certain point that I become the Barbarian. The Barbarian can use the heaviest weapons, but no magic at all, unlike the Wanderer who can use very basic magic. So in the game as originally written, morality does nothing at all, apart from choosing your character. Intelligence does nothing at all either. Usborne suggests adding morality as a magic barrier, only for holy people, which I've done. I also added intelligence, so you got a chance to get past the password. Now once you've selected your attributes, you press space, move on to the armory, you get to choose your weapons. The Barbarian can use any weapon, other characters have more restrictions. For example, the Warrior can't use the two-handed sword. And you select things. You've got two-handed swords, broadswords, swords, maces. Then you move on to the accoutrement section, which is the armour. The Barbarian cannot use heavy armour. I made that change, because originally the Barbarian and the Warrior were very, very similar. So I changed it. Here you can also buy torches, you can see. Very important. Finally, onto the Magic Emporium, where you might buy such things as the Necronomicon, the Scrolls, the Ring, a Mystic Amulet, Sash, Cloaks, Healing Salves and Potions. Now of these, the Barbarian can use nothing. Originally, the Wanderer, the Cleric and the Mage could use the Necronomicon, but I changed it so only the Mage could, because that has the most powerful spells. Once you've pressed space for the third and final time, you get to name your character. Obviously it's Barbarian, it's called Conan, and it's then saved to disk, and then dumps you back to basic. So you can run the game again and create a different type of character. So look, I'm going to create a mage here. So obviously we start as a wanderer. If you increase the agility, increase intelligence especially, and aura is used to cast spells, you eventually get a mage. Here we can see a mage carrying the Necronomicon and a mystic staff. So if intelligence increases enough, you get to be a mage. Other types of characters include the warrior, who can have the most powerful armour, the heavy armour, but not the two-handed sword. Here we see the warrior in helmet, shield, chainmail, broadsword in hand, ready for action. See here, they cannot have the two-handed sword, they can have all the other weapons. The weapons all stack, so as do the armour. Or perhaps you may choose to be a holy man, the cleric. No, not that sort of cleric. Think more a warrior priest of the Middle Ages. That's more like it. Warhammer in hand, holy scrolls in the other, ready to smite evil. For that you need high morality and high intelligence.
Fire 1! Fire 2! It's a hit! Ha ha! Periscope down! Hello and welcome to today's video, where you just see me sinking at the ship. But it's up to you to stop me, because today we're looking at no less than not one, not two, but 3 games, all called Sub Hunt. All of them involve hunting down submarines in the North Sea. All of them a bit different. We look at them how they are originally, then we'll try to make them better. Or you could just let me win. I'm taking you up and away into the clouds. We're flying above the trenches of the First World War, looking for my deadly arch enemy, the Brown Baron. For today, we're looking at a game called Dogfight from the ZX Spectrum 1983 by R. Erskine. Wizard show, what? Let's get started. Ha-ha! It is I, the famous flying ace, the Brown Baron, here patrolling the skies looking for the enemies of the Kaiser. Oh yes. And when I find them, I will shoot them! Ha ha ha! We shall see which technology is the better. The weak British Spectrum or the mighty Commodore Hindenburg. Oh dear, I seem to have had a bit of a prank. But don't worry, I'm sure we'll be back next week. I've got some interesting thoughts on the Commodore 64. It's a cracking computer with a rather tricky basic, but there's a lot you can do with it. I'm sure I'll have time to read up on it while I'm in my prisoner of war camp. Oh dear. Still, tally-ho. What ho? I thought today was a good day for a bit of the old spelunking, eh? So I've wandered down into these mysterious tunnels, where lit with the light of my trusty cigar. Because these are called the Fang Mole tunnels. Apparently dug out by a previous civilization who are scared off by these fang moles. Well, I've never heard of those. Stuff and nonsense. So I've come down to look to see what I can see. Oh, what's this? A bar of gold! Ha ha! Let's get some more and get out before dawn. Hee hee! Always like Piccadilly Circus in here. Word of my success has got out. So some pickings of gold are rather thin on the ground now. With good news though, I found lots of these rather lovely sparkly candles, which I shall be using. Much better than that old cigar. Oh yes. That's what? No, don't sing that. We'll get in copyright trouble. Stop. Bit of excitement, what? I think all the influx of gold has attracted some entrepreneurs. I heard of some topless pits in the environment. Oh yes.
It's bottomless, like.
Bottomless pits? Oh my. So, apparently you need to get a ladder to get across them. Ho ho ho. Hope I shall be lucky. Onwards and upwards we say. Because I've improved over that silly fizzy candle, which was a bit rather dangerous and blew up. I've now got a proper flaming torch I see in the good old monster movies. Oh yes, we're still looking for gold, but now watch out. Go away, go away. Oh. Bugger. Bloody bats. What can you do, eh? What can you do? Remember when I said earlier that those fang moles were a load of old poppycock and stuff and nonsense, all that sort of thing? Oh, I may have spoken to other too soon. They seem to have come back, and they're rather hungry. So if you do see one, do let me know, because I want to get gold to spend on more things for the channel and things to stick in my attic. Oh yes. What? Thank you for watching today's programme. I think my visit to the Fang Mole tunnels was a great success. I've got my gold and only cost me an arm and a leg, but still. Onwards and upwards, as we say. Toodaloo!
It is spring. The month of Weir has just begun, but you feel little joy, for, as a slave, you have been taken to a place that is infamous throughout Orb as a hell as bad as any in the lower plains. The man who led the caravan in which you were but a piece of helpless baggage, a harsh warrior named Kretos Bloodheart, revelled in telling you your coming fate. At this time of year, the ruler of this valley indulges himself in his favourite pastime, the annual hunt. One slave is set free from the standing stones near the castle and hunted down like an animal. If found, the slave is torn to pieces by the Archvolt's hounds of hell, giant dogs with flaming breath, which came from the nether plains and were a gift from a demon lord. If the slave escapes the valley, he will go free. But the slaves seldom escape. Bloodheart has scoured the slave pits of Upanishad for slaves, and has brought 3 back to the Valley of Gad. The Archvolt will mercilessly hunt down one of these slaves until, at last, exhausted and broken, the slave will beg him to end his wretched life. The doors to your cell are opened. It is Bloodheart and his guards. You are chosen as the one to be taken before the ruler of the valley.
I had to pay a small fortune for this one, Magnificence. He was destined for the arena at Mortavalon. He is the strongest man I've ever met, and still barely more than a boy.
He looks weak.
He is a priest, Magnificence. He knows spells. He almost escaped on the road from Upanishad. He speaks the word of helpless palsy and has the touch of harm. And he has Avatar the One on his side.
O Avatar, where are you now? Free thy servant from this evil place of torment. Your god has deserted you.
I have saved the fairest till last, Magnificence.
Silence. It's a woman. They are weaker than men.
Not this one, Magnificence. She is a skilled swordswoman, and, until she was delivered into our hands, she was a master of the Thieves' Guild of Upanishad.
Why don't you beg for mercy?
It is you who will beg for mercy in the wilderness, Archbolt.
Run, run for all you are worth. You cannot escape me and my hounds of hell. You have a few hours' grace before I take up the chase.